Hello, good morning. It's Fixed Virus Security Show, February 4th. We will start off with our segment of news of the day. I don't know if you got a chance to look at this naked security from Sophos post, but there's a new style of ransomware coming out. This ransomware, the first thing it does is it hacks your sites, and then it will go on the site and insert all kinds of exploit kits and place them in many different spots in your network. So for one thing, they'll start to hack and encrypt all of the data that you've got that seems in different databases, including your customer data. So let's say they've hacked your customer data, and then your customer logs on to check their inventory or whatever they need to check. Now ransomware is going to be put on their systems as well. So not only are they encrypting your machines, they're going to encrypt your customers' machines as well. So they're going to compromise, and then they're going to obfuscate how they've been doing things on your machine, so that way they can stay on there as long as possible to hack you, to consistently, and then what they're wanting to do is they want to ransom you. So every time something you want to run one of your programs, you might run into a message that says, sure, if you want to run this, then you will need to give us money. So this is the newest trick in the book here that the hackers are going to be implementing or are implementing. So that is the news of the day that I thought is important enough to share. So now let's move on to the tip of the day. Thunderstruck, yes, it's a good song to get you started. So now in my tip of the day, I want to point out that risk management has failed for us. Because in risk management, what do? We have a grid, and from the insignificant to minor to moderate, major, and catastrophic projects. And then we have different likelihoods that they will get completed. Greater than 90% chance they'll get completed, 50 to 90% chance, 10 to 50, and then less than 3%. The problem with this methodology is that it invites mistakes. So let's say you've got 3 servers, server 1, server 2, and server 3, with minor, major, and catastrophic consequences. So for whatever reason, you only had so many resources, and somehow a mistake happened on this one because it's not as consequential. So that one gets hacked. So now what? Now, because they're on the network, they now may have rights and capabilities that they wouldn't have coming from the outside. So it'd be easier to hack the major consequential system or application. And you guessed it. From there, they can then hack the catastrophic systems. Because remember, they will try to get your money any which way possible. And this is not just like one company. They're doing this across the world. Millions of machines. So if 100,000 machines have these minor problems, they're the ones that are going to get hacked and allow then the major hack to occur, and so on and so on. And as I was explaining before, their process involves scanning, a vulnerability assessment, penetration, exploit, and then control of the machines. This is the way all hackers operate. So, unfortunately, risk management has failed. So, what is my tip of the day? Well, my tip of the day is to do testing. I don't know if you know this, but I put this on my blog site this morning. The reason we won the race to the moon, and we is the United States, NASA, versus the Soviet Union, was because we did single unit testing. We were able to test each device on its own merits and then fix any problems that occurred. And then we were able to put it all together and then test that as well, whereas the Soviets were testing the whole system. So when they had problems, they really didn't know what exactly was the problem. So they had to make guesses, and they eventually got things going, but it took them too long. We got there first. And they were able to put a robot on the moon, but much, much later than we put a human on the moon. So what I recommend is, my tip of the day is to do testing. To scan, to do vulnerability analysis on your machines, because there can be no mistakes. You cannot take a chance with any machines having problems, because that will invite the hacker to go from one machine to another, and pretty soon you're catastrophic. The machines that you absolutely must have up are going to get hacked. So I'm sorry for the bad news, but this is what it takes these days. Sony proved it. The Sony hack and the destruction that was caused on the Sony network definitely proved this. You cannot have some mistakes are okay kind of attitude. We need to remove all mistakes from security, from the IT information systems department. So thank you. February 4th, we will have another video possibly this week, but definitely next week. So thank you very much.